Live, okay. On YouTube. Okay, we have the sound. Everything is good, seems like. Hi here, audio check. Audio check is fine. Seems Dennis is a little late today. Late or early, it doesn't really matter. My idea is to find the stream. Okay. Should I go for Opera instead? My favorite browser is not Google Chrome. Da-da-da-da-da. Seems hi Zoltan. Hi Green. Evelyn, hi. Hope everything is fine with audio. Yeah, I think it's fine, judging on the scale. Bro, Trump's announcement in 6 minutes late now. Yeah, I know that it's kind of late, so go to Associated Press, I think. It seems like they're muted for now. Why do I have this glitch on this platform? You know, then I try to open up. Well, maybe it's for good. You'll see your comments below. Where's the comments? Here we go with the comments. But later on it will be like full screen. I don't know why, it's just a glitch, you know, of YouTube. So they're still waiting for the Trump makes an announcement. Little low volume. Really? I also feel like it's a little, but on my system it's big volume. Yeah, oh, here we have the comment section on the right. I'll close it. Yeah. Somehow this browser, maybe it's the browser issue. On my, like, how is a little volume? How is it possible? Let me check. I don't think it's little. How is the volume, guys? Is everything okay? On my levels, everything is more than okay on the levels of the signal. Greetings to Finland. Hi, Betsy. Volume is perfect. Okay. I also think it's nice, after all. Here the volume is like it's muted from what I see. Let's try to some sort of the video.
The Shure MVC.
Yeah, microphones. So the audio is out there. It's just not been played for this kind of the content. Dennis, why India supports Russia? Is India's? I don't think that it really supports Russia. It supports itself. It doesn't care about Ukraine-Russia war, and that's it. Muted what? Yeah, it's muted. The video is muted. Can someone please explain to me why don't Russia wage the war like Israel? It's worse military power. I don't know. Do they smoke weed in Ukraine? We do in California, my friend. No, in Ukraine it's like only legal for medical purposes. Well, people smoke it like elsewhere, I guess. But here in Switzerland, they smoke it everywhere. Absolutely. Why you mute on Diana Panchenko? I mute on Diana Panchenko or what? I don't understand the question. Good day, why Trump becoming every boat and leave Venezuela? How do they know what boat is heading to USA? They don't know, they just target those. It's just PR boat campaign, just to show its military force somewhere, some sort of the escalation, and to show to MAGA electorate that Trump is fighting against drugs. That's it. Those are two main purposes. He is not fighting against drugs, actually, because trafficking is still out there. You can type one comment per time, gaming. Please, do not spam. I see your comment. Does Ukraine have any chance of taking Zaporizhia nuclear power plant back? No, not for now. Is Captain your channel, just to be sure it isn't? Yeah, it's my channel. Oh, a music. Should I mute it? For now, let's mute, I guess. Just to avoid the copyright strike. A Tulsi Gabbard, you see? A Tulsi Gabbard on the left. Writing probably to Putin. I'm here, waiting for Donny. They have some of the numbers, you see. 3,000 plus, 152, 119. What are we watching? Some sort of the Trump's conference, you see. Here should be Donny in the center. He likes to speak with the press, and that's it. What is the dueling taco? Do you know? I know. There was some sort of the activity around Venezuela today. Some of the planes flying, bombers. Now, that's how much does Chinese intelligence pay? I don't know. Do I work for China? Do you think I work for China? I would charge them quite a lot. Yeah. By the way, there's the story that China and Russia are sending their girls to the Silicon Valley for them to search them profitable husbands, maybe later on to provide the influence. I don't know. Are you happy today? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm damn tired. I woke up at 5, something like that. So I filmed one more video, but I don't have time to edit it because I want to stream. So I will edit it after the stream and post one more video. Not enough if he's still doing the stream, yeah. Normal sleep schedule like me, yeah. I sleep like maybe 5-6 hours a day. It's kind of interesting. Tulsi is like this villain. Hi. Who is this guy? Is it a Tulsi show? Tulsi show. Thank you to see me in X then. Yeah, but nice to see you in X as well. Thank you for following me elsewhere. I watched Jake Bro's video where he said that he is everywhere on TikTok, on YouTube, and I decided why not to do the same. Yeah. Will United States invade Venezuela? I don't think so. I think no. Thank you, Betsy. You can sleep when you're dead. Yeah, in a way. Oh, Kash Patel. Oh, it's a big table already. A Tulsi Gabbard. Some secret files. Epstein files? Are those Epstein files or what? She's so damn serious here. What is she doing? Paper planes. Pastor Jake. Yeah, Jake Bro said that he's elsewhere also on TikTok, on X, on Blue Sky. But Blue Sky I don't like, honestly, because I cannot post big posts there. I need to find out how to post big posts because it limits me for a couple of the sentences. That's it. Strange. So do I need to pay for paid subscriptions? Are you on Mastodon? What? No. Kash Patel, my favorite. Yeah, they jump scared us with Kash Patel. They have more troops off the coast of Venezuela than they had in the Middle East. In the Middle East, where without air carriers, it's impossible to conduct landing operation for United States. Air carriers is their go-to vehicles for any sort of the military. If you don't see air carriers, it means they're not serious. Thank you for following, Terry. I think I should share my live stream on what? I think I should share it on my channel. Yeah? I'm so sorry. Because we're still waiting for Donny, for everyone. I just posted in posts. Live stream. And post. Hopefully people will come. Maybe not. I think I'll try to use Jake's Bro strategy to boost my channel and everything. Hope it will work. Maybe yes, maybe not, but attempt is after all an attempt. Thoughts on Ukraine using literal aim bots with AI on their snipers? I don't understand what you said. Do you think the recent sanctions against the Russian oil companies will have any serious impact? Yes. Yeah. But just temporarily. They will adjust to those sanctions. You know, the China government companies, they stop purchasing Russian oil from ships, but still they purchase using the pipeline. And private companies of China, they continue to purchase even from ships. And China may create private companies every day to purchase Russian oil. So it's not a problem absolutely for them. I think I should turn on the music. After all, it's very relaxing to have this atmosphere. It's the music from this stream. It's playing there in the ballroom. I'm really happy you're on Twitch. Yeah, me also, she said it. I hope I will boost my Twitch somehow. Maybe he meant drones with AI. Ah, drones with AI. It's early to say about those drones with AI. There's some of the drones with machine vision. It's not like full AI, but they are capable to recognize some of the vehicles and fly autonomously. But they're just occasional and very wet technology at the very beginning stage. Denys, is your thought to learn in different languages where you are? Yeah. The United States Army troops everywhere in the world in 24 hours. It wouldn't take much to move more troops near Venezuela. Yeah, it's not that far away from United States. Oh, they dimmed the light. Or it's just the exposure of the camera. What are those numbers? 152,119. Tulsi show. And we see also a hand or arm of Kash Patel. Maybe they will just announce that Donny is very good boy and they did not bet today. Yeah. He's in a diaper. Why should he bet his bet? He's always there. In it, wearing. Any idea if Patrick Lancaster is dead yet or not? Who is dead? Suddenly Venezuela will have weapons of mass destruction. Chemical weapons. Venezuela say that they have 5,000 IGLA manpads. But manpads, it doesn't help against high-flying targets. Yeah. Cash Patel. Oh, welcome to Thanks. Tilt. Thank you. Can't wear the bat, then he's wearing a diaper. Yeah. He's changing his diaper. That isn't. Yeah. He will not provide us with this show, unfortunately, with the change. Golden chairs, golden. Everything is golden. Well, not in this room. In Oval Office, everything is golden. Gypsy house. People are. Oh, Pete Heck! Pete! Friend of. Why red tire today? China tie, yeah? This time. With them. Oh, Pam Bondi. Maybe they're gonna release some Epstein files. Maybe she put some Epstein files on her table. Because she lost them the last time. And Pete is wearing China tie. Before it was a Russian one, yeah? Who is left now? We are waiting for Donny. I don't remember what's the name of this lady. Do you know her? And this grandma. Does he need a breathalyzer to get in his office? No. He's a top gunner now. Poor people, they will be within smelling distance. Yeah. Where is Donny? You know, guys, around 3 days ago, I even wrote it on my Telegram. I think maybe 2 days ago. I had this vivid dream that Donald Trump had the heart attack. Really. It was so real. In the White House, by the way. He got it. Like rapidly. He was like moving his left arm somewhere and he like felt like and fell down. And I was like there. It was so vivid, like real life. And I like in real life, and I put it on my Telegram channel. Guys, I had a dream. I had a dream. Oh, this crazy Nazi. Yeah, Miller or who? Yeah, Miller. Crazy Nazi. But in case of the Trump's death, which might happen any time, any minute in his age, just I'm afraid that those kind of the guys, they will take the power from his crazy team. Dream team. Jeez. Which one of those four ladies is a Doc Caputer? I think the one I don't know the name of. I showed you. Doc Caputer. Yeah, let's look at them. Tulsi is the most serious. Oh, she has more documents, more than anyone else. Susie Willis, Chief of Staff. Ah, Chief of Staff, I see. Oh, everything is calm. Thank you for the membership gifts. Till Lut. Oh, everything is so silent. Can't waver. What might happen? Donald, Kim Jong-un, our leader of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Kim
President of the United States.
Dun da dun da dun da dun. Dun da dun. Dun dun da dun. What is the fucking meeting about? I don't know. He will tell. He gathered military, FBI, intelligence, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anytime, Donny. Take your seat.
Oh, it's a great honor to have all my friends here. It's
For us as well.
like Old Home Week.
I'll
What a
put
job
the
you're
audio
doing.
a little louder.
Thank you very much for that. We want to begin by thanking the people that have done such a great job at the White House. They have been doing
No need to thank me,
really
Donny.
incredible work during a shutdown. I don't even know if they're supposed to be working, but they wouldn't miss a day. So I just want to thank everybody for that.
The
very
audio
much.
should be fine.
And we're here today to discuss a sweeping, unprecedented, and historically successful operation that my administration has carried out in recent weeks
What
to
kind?
arrest, prosecute, and permanently remove members of foreign drug cartels from American soil. And the people gathered around
those
this
boats.
table are the ones that are doing it, and in this room. Some of
Little
them
bit
sitting a little bit behind.
dimmer.
Like some of them, I'm surprised they're not actually at the table.
Boats.
You people should be very insulted
He's a
by
boat
that.
caputer.
But
I, by the
you've
way,
done a
recorded the
great
video
job
on
back
this
there.
channel today.
On my
about
first
that
day in
one.
office earlier this
Today
year,
I heard
signed an
J.D. Vance
executive order
wife
to
asking
officially
for a
designate
divorce.
the
Really?
drug cartels and savage transnational gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. It was my honor to do so. And on that
7
same
boats.
day, I also signed an order directing the creation of the Homeland Security Task
Yeah.
Force to bring together all federal, state, and local partners to achieve the national policy goal of eliminating the cartel presence in America once and for all.
With 7 boats,
And
you
the
nailed
results
it.
are, and it's early.
No
and
more
the
cartels.
results are spectacular.
Yeah.
Led by ICE and the FBI, this task force
ICE?
includes the Department of
What it has
Justice,
to do
the
with
Department
cartels?
of War, DHS, the intelligence community, ATF, the DEA, the U.S. Marshals, and the state and local agencies in every part of our country. Other than that, we don't include too many people. That's a hell of a group, isn't it? Huh? When you think of it, that's not a group
Finally,
you want
a nice
against
sound
you.
from
Certainly
microphone,
not
even
at
though
one
it's
time.
small.
In addition to the task force members, we're pleased to be joined by representatives of law enforcement at every level, the highest level, actually, but every level, including National President of the Fraternal Order of
Brain, yeah.
Police, Patrick Yos. Where's Patrick?
Patrick Yos.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for the endorsement, too.
Okay,
That
anytime.
really hit it off. I would have gotten 98% anyway, but it was still good to have your endorsement. Thank you, Patrick. I don't forget those things. President of the National Sheriff's Association, Chris West. Chris? Thank you, Chris, very much. Great, good job. Major Cities Chief Association Executive Director, Laura Cooper. Laura, thank you, Laura, very much.
Blah, 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 blah,
Major
blah, blah,
County
blah, blah,
Sheriffs
blah,
of
blah.
America Executive Director, Megan Nolan.
That's the name of today's stream. Blah, blah,
Thank
blah.
you.
Trump,
very
blah,
much.
blah, blah.
And President of the National Border Patrol.
He just
Council,
pardoned
my
another
friend, and a
cryptic
very good
criminal. Yeah,
speaker,
yeah,
by
yeah.
the way. Whenever he gets
Yeah.
up and speaks, I say, that guy can
We're
really
gonna
speak.
we're gonna go through
I
it
don't know. I
after
don't want
this
him to run
this
for
one.
office. I want him to stay where he is. Paul Perez.
Blah, blah, blah
Paul.
sound, yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Where is Paul? Hi, Paul.
Where is
What are you
Paul?
doing over there, Paul? Good job. Good speaker you are, though, Paul. I mean it, too. You've made some
Seems like he's in
incredible
lack of
speeches.
sleep, judging on the eyes.
And all from the heart, too, right? Some great ones. Today, you'll hear details from my national security and homeland security teams about the extraordinary historic
You should make a
achievements of
compilation
this
saying
new Homeland
thank you to
Security
Donald
Task
Trump.
Force since it became
after-
fully
yeah.
operational last month in all 50 states. The job they're doing. What we inherited from this past administration is
Terrible
disgraceful.
administration. The
In a
worst
matter of
one.
weeks, the
Yeah.
task force has made the largest number
This is
of
the
arrests
golden
of
age.
cartel leaders, operatives, and gang members in American
Yeah.
history. More
Make
than
America great again.
3,000 and counting. That includes members of the ultra-violent New Generation Cartel,
Ultra-violent.
the Sinaloa Cartel,
Super
the
mega violent.
LMFM Cartel, MS-13
13?
Cartel, and you know MS-13, the gang,
Wow.
and Tren de Aragua, another beauty. That's a group of real garbage we have to deal with, that we shouldn't have to deal with.
They call
These
MS-13
are,
everyone,
in
like
addition to the
Antifa.
massive numbers of dangerous criminals my administration arrested nationwide since
Africa,
January
often.
20th, numbering over 120,000.
New war
It's a
to
record.
solve. He is
And
on war with
120,000
cartels, he says.
criminal arrests. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, for 4 long years before I took office, the last administration allowed the cartels and their operatives to frankly take over our country.
Biden allowed them
To
to take
freely
over.
infiltrate America.
notice?
and
Yeah, in
all
Chicago, they're
communities
violent.
nationwide, along with
In Portland,
transnational
crazy.
gangs. These groups have unleashed more bloodshed and
Yeah,
killing on
bloodshed.
American soil than all other terrorist groups combined. These are the worst of the worst.
Yeah,
It should now be clear to the entire world that the
Yeah.
cartels are the ISIS of the Western
ISIS of
Hemisphere, in addition
ice.
to their monstrous
ocean.
violence, such as cutting off heads, burning their enemies
cutting
alive,
heads.
and burning
They're eating the
innocent people
the
alive, too,
dogs.
by the way. The cartels control large swaths of territory. They maintain vast arsenals of weapons and soldiers,
Yeah,
and they use
actually there is
extortion,
the
murder,
threat, yeah,
kidnapping
but
to exercise political
by
and
Kaputin,
economic
seven
control.
of the
Thank you
boats,
very much,
it's-
Joe Biden,
it's just
for allowing
pathetic.
that to happen. Biden
Wow.
surrendered he just surrendered our country to
Yeah,
the
surrender.
cartels.
Completely
Don't worry,
taken. Cartel-
it gets better. We're taking it back.
Yeah.
It's
Cartel
really
was in the
fast
White House.
at levels that nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah.
But what we had to put up with, what we inherited, was just a disgrace.
Absolutely.
And while Biden was president, if he was president, I think the Autopen was president, not Biden. Nearly 100% of those who infiltrated our southern border did so because they were personally approved. They admitted they were.
All of those
they
are
were
leftist
just,
woke.
What happened?
They
Assisted
led to this.
by the most dangerous and
We call
violent
Miller
criminal organizations
Goebbels,
anywhere on the
Goebbels,
planet.
yeah,
The worst
Goebbels.
people on the planet
Goblins.
they allowed into
I
our
understand.
beautiful country.
He looks like Goebbels
Under
a
the
little.
Trump administration, we're finally treating the cartels as the core national security threat that they really are. The cartels are waging war on America, and just as I promised in the campaign, we're waging war on them like they've never seen before. All you have to do is turn on your television and you'll see what's
Seven
happening
boats.
to them.
Again.
Past administrations
Seven boats,
have
seven
tried
boats,
to
seven boats.
mitigate this threat, and our objective is to eliminate it. We're not mitigating, we're eliminating. We're getting them out. The bad ones we're putting in prison. We hate to do that because that means we're stuck with them for 50 years or more. In recent weeks, our Homeland Security Task Force has seized more than 70 tons of deadly narcotics, along with more than 1,000 illegal guns. And that's just recently. This is already the most
One only
successful
hotel, yeah.
anti-cartel and anti-gang operation in American history.
He says
And it's
about
just getting
cartels,
started.
but who is buying
We
those
have incredible
goods
people.
in the
A lot
United
of them are in this
States?
room with us today.
It's
and
all
an
within
honor to
America
have them.
itself.
But we're going to not stop until the threat has been fully and completely eradicated.
Stop buying those
I want to
that
thank
stuff
task
from
force
cartels.
members with
That's
us
it.
today, including a person who's doing a fantastic job, Attorney General Pam Bondi. Thank you, Pam. Thank you.
Pam,
Secretary
Pam,
of
Pam.
War Pete Hegseth. Sounds so
Pam
much
is
better than Secretary of Defense.
On his right,
I
and
don't know. Do
he
you guys
looks
agree
freaked
with that?
out
I don't
and
know. It
concerned.
sounds, you know,
Yeah.
we won the First World War, the Second World War.
Oh, World War,
Never say
World War.
Everything before and everything in between.
Yeah, he
And then
already
we got
said it
woke
like
and
that
we said,
multiple
well,
other times.
let's call
Broken
it
record.
defense. I think we like it this way better. You know, it's funny. That's something I thought it would be maybe controversial, and it's only controversial that we changed the name in the first place. It's not controversial at all. It's been unbelievably well accepted, Pete. Hasn't it? Right? It's been pretty amazing. I thought it would be controversial. People want to have our country back.
162
wanna
followers. Yeah,
do
I
exactly
see.
what we're doing right
Thanks.
now. We're getting a lot of credit for
Ben.
it, and we should. I want to thank
You
though,
lost
Pete.
World War
You're
II,
doing
we
a great
beat.
job. Pete Hegseth. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. Kristi, thank you very much. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi, good job.
Good job,
And the heads
Tulsi.
of all of the
Working for Putin.
law enforcement agencies all throughout the room.
Nobody
Really
can look
amazing
so
the job you've
comfortable
done.
with old diapers.
To provide
yeah,
additional details on our mission, I would like also to ask General Bondi to say a few words, followed by Secretary Noem, Secretary Hegseth, Director Gabbard, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Stephen,
Oh,
you're such
my
a
God.
superstar, Stephen. They called Stephen the other day a very bad name, and I said, you should sue them, Stephen. I think he will. I hope he does. FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General
Really
Todd
about
Blanche.
nothing again.
And I
this
just
meeting.
want to say it's an honor, the job we're doing, and these
Kyrgyzstan,
people are doing.
yeah. Today he's wearing a Chinese one.
Absolutely incredible.
A red
I'll just
one.
add a couple of things. In Memphis, as you know, where the numbers are down in half already.
And
it's
Trump
only
is
been
wearing
about
a
2
gold
weeks. Doing
tie.
a fantastic job there. Thank you. Incredible. Nobody thought it was possible. It was really it was a very sick city. It was horrible what happened there. People would go from, if you're on the board of FedEx, they would ride you 1 block to the hotel. They said you couldn't walk it because it was too dangerous. And they're already feeling better about it. But the best example right now is
General
Washington,
Bondi, yeah.
D.C.
1 minute
we
listening
went
to
from one
Trump
of
is
the
a
most
torture. I want my
unsafe
money back.
places, in the
Come
planet,
on.
I hate to say, but
It's
in this
important.
country,
He's a president.
totally safe
He's
city.
fighting cartels.
It's, nothing's crime-free, I guess, but this is about as close to crime-free as you're going to get. And you guys have done an incredible job with that. Every one of you.
I wonder if there will
have
be
worked
questions
so hard on this one.
asked by
And
journalists.
it's our nation's capital, and people would go to the nation. They'd go from, I always say, Iowa, Indiana. They'd go from Florida. They'd come up. They want to see the monument. I want to see the Lincoln Memorial. I want to see one of the monuments.
Trump
any one
Memorial.
of them. They'd go home in a coffin. But not anymore. It's not happening anymore. We haven't had that happen in a long time. Was averaging more than one a week, one person
He
a week.
looks
Who would
sick
think
a
that's
little,
possible?
yeah? It
And
seems
it
like
hasn't
he
happened
feels
anymore.
okay,
And
but he
we have a
looks
safe city.
terribly
We have a city where
tired.
the restaurants are booming. People are going out. Nobody's being mugged, hit over the head with a baseball bat.
With
None
all
of
of
that
those,
stuff is gone. We took out
how to say, under eye bags, yeah?
1,700 criminals, many of them career criminals.
He's
many
really
of
in
them,
lack of sleep.
given to us
This
by
this
Joe
job
Biden and his
is
ridiculous open borders
knock
policy.
him up.
They came in from jails from
Knock him
all over
down.
the world, not just South America,
Knock
from
him
all
out,
over the world.
knock him down.
Jails. They came in from mental institutions and insane asylums all over the world. Drug dealers. And we got them the hell out of here. They're either that, or if they're so bad, as I said before,
so bad.
we put them in
So
jail
what's-
because we can't
what's
take
the
a chance that they come
point?
back.
What's the
But I want
point
to just say that
of the meeting?
Washington, D.C. is such an example of what could be done. And now the same thing's happening in Memphis.
This
We're
speech
just
is
halfway through the
like,
process.
I
and
thought it would
already
be
the numbers are far superior,
something
far
interesting, but-
better than what we would have thought at
But
this
it's
time.
usual blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
And Chicago, I just saw the number last week.
Actually,
last
Putin
weekend,
even has more
4 were
logic in his
murdered,
words than Trump,
11
than
were
he
shot.
tells
And
something
then I have this guy Pritzker, is a
to the public.
very weak governor. Let me be nice. I'm going to be very nice. He's extremely weak. He's
Extremely
pathetic.
weak.
I have Pritzker get up and say how great they're doing in Chicago. They're doing very poorly. So 4 were murdered, 4.
It
11
will be
were
funny
shot.
to see him once
I would
he's
say, and that was
no
not a
longer
bad
president.
week for him. Okay, that was not
No
a
one
bad
will
week.
take
He
care.
said somewhere
Yeah.
18 or 19 were murdered. And you know what his excuse was? Yeah, but that was a long weekend. Okay? Can you believe it? He said that was a long weekend.
Struggles
He's
to fail
bad.
coping.
And the mayor
Yeah,
is worse.
he's
I mean,
like
that mayor is worse.
not
low
that-
IQ, very low IQ.
Not that
And
level
we
of
don't need low
dictator.
IQ
Putin is a
people.
dictator,
We need
but
people
Trump
that are gonna
is
take
too
care.
stupid
And
to
I
be a
love
dictator.
Chicago, and I love those beautiful women. Black women,
Yeah, it's
beautiful
Kahash, I
women
guess so.
wearing MAGA hats, and they're all over
MAGA
the place
hats.
in Chicago.
You
want
wear MAGA
protection. They
hats?
don't care if it's the
You have to
National
wear
Guard,
MAGA hats.
if it's the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, they'll
Everyone
take Space
should-
Force, okay?
yeah,
Space
everyone
Force,
should
send
wear
them
a
in.
MAGA
They couldn't-
hat.
They just
High
don't want to
drunk
be
drummer.
mugged, killed, raped, shot in the
So you
head,
can watch the TV.
and we stop it. So we're going to be
Trump
given a
seems
very
like
special,
mix between Captain America and
we're gonna give
Deadpool.
Chicago very
Really? Come
special
on.
care. As you probably know,
He's
maybe
mixed
you
between
heard,
Jabba
we were gonna
Hutt and-
do a big surge
I
in
don't
San
know.
Francisco, but I got a great call from
Some
some incredible
clown.
people, some friends of mine, very successful people. Mark, who's everybody knows him. And
meeting for
Jensen,
nothing, really.
Everybody knows
he
Jensen.
gathered people just blah
Nvidia.
blah blah, without
and
any
others
plot.
called me from,
And now
San
he's speaking
Francisco.
different shit,
and they said we're working really, really hard with the mayor.
blaming
and we're
everyone.
making
Democrats
progress.
rule
Would
some
it
of
be
the
possible for you for you to hold
cities.
off the surge? And I had 4 or 5 calls, and I think they're making progress of their own. That would be the greatest. I mean, if they could do that, that'd be
Temutai.
great.
Yeah.
And they have great competence in those people. I mean,
It's absolutely
incredible
insane
competence.
with
Some of the
logic.
smartest
Yeah, I will
business
make
leaders,
him
and
like
they're
little less
working
louder.
very well with the police department. They're doing a good job. So we are holding off
For
that
now.
surge, everybody, and we're going
I
to
think it's still
see if they can do
you
it.
can
I
still
said,
hear him.
I think we can do it much faster. I know we can do it faster. I think we can do it better than anybody. We can take criminals out that they're not going to know about, and probably they don't have the legal authority maybe to do what we
Make
can.
America to be
But I'm okay
ashamed.
with it, and we're going to let San Francisco.
Oh,
has the
with this
potential
president,
to
it's
be-
crazy.
It was a great city. Has the potential very quickly to be a great city.
Do not
again.
pop to the
And
microphone,
these are the
Donnie.
companies that are there that are all
They need
working,
to
and
put
those are
pop
the people
filter.
that asked me, could you
This one.
do away with the surge, and let's see how it works. And we'll do that. If we need to, we'll do it.
Stop this blah blah
But
blah,
it's
Dennis.
possible that we won't need to.
I
and we
cannot
will be focusing
stop
on
him.
other
How
places
can
like
I
Chicago.
decrease the
And
volume
we'll
of
have
him a
Chicago
little more?
taken care of
Okay.
very quickly. But just remember, 11 people shot,
Oh,
people murdered.
11,
Okay?
11
And
people
that was
shot?
this weekend. And
What? Where?
that was Chicago. And then
Chicago,
you'll see
oh.
Pritzker get up and
We
talk
should
about, well,
go with
we have it
war
under
to
control.
Chicago.
They don't have it under control. Just the
Chicago.
opposite's getting worse. So we'll take care of as soon as
Too
we
loud, Denys.
give
Really?
the go-ahead, which is all I have to do is give the go-ahead.
No, it's
We
okay.
won the big court case the other day.
My ears are bleeding.
That was a good case.
But
Same
he's,
thing with Portland.
you know, he
Speaking
has
of
a
that,
talent.
That's where we won it.
Continue to tell blah, 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 blah. And
I looked
his
the other night, Saturday
his
night,
thought
Portland
goes
is
like
like
this,
burning
from
to the
one
ground,
angle
and
to
these people
another,
are saying,
from one mind.
It's just friendly stuff. The whole place is
No,
burning to the ground.
burning to the
So we'll,
ground.
take care of that one.
Let's
That's
see
like
if
an
Donny
insurrection
will
more than it is
drag
anything else.
again
That's
about
crazy.
solving a
Portland's
puzzle
crazy.
for
And then you
toddlers.
listen to these radical left people. talking
Radical
about,
left people.
it's really okay. You're seeing things. You're really
He
seeing
likes
things.
act
So
the
we're gonna take care of
superhero.
Chicago. We're
At the
gonna
same
take care
time,
of
he often
Portland. We're gonna
acts
take
a
care
bit
of
crazy.
Memphis.
That's why
We're
Captain
proud of
RC is
DC. There's nothing to take
No
care of
World War
anymore,
III,
but we're
Trump
not
will
gonna let
never
it ever
fight
go
the
bad.
Axis.
It's
Yeah.
never gonna happen again.
Do you
Our
ever
nation's
check out
capital.
Trump on
And with that, I'm just
neutral
gonna,
sources?
tell you that Pam Bondi has done a fantastic job. And Pam, would you say a few words?
What do you
please?
mean?
Thank you, President Trump, and thank you for
Pam
your
Bondi.
leadership. And this is all about collaboration. And
Collab.
around this table, I'm looking around this table, we all work so well together. I don't think another administration in our nation.
So release the Epstein files if you work together.
We talk constantly, Secretary No.
Are they on your table
Tulsi,
now?
Pete, constantly, but also
Yeah.
all of our agencies
So emotional
working
they are.
hand in hand, and that's why this is so successful. And
They're
these
like
people
this
around this table are working
actors
7
and
days a
actress
week,
of the
24
broken
hours a day,
Hollywood,
even though the Democrats
in a
have tried to
broken
shut down the
Hollywood
government.
movie.
Terry Cole.
Terry
I'm
Cole.
laughing because you're around the clock, you're all
So
over
so
the
much
world.
emotions, you know,
Director Patel,
to cause some
you're
of the
unstoppable, what you're doing
circus
around this country.
for
Gowdy
people
Serralta, US
to
Marshal,
watch.
Rob
I don't know.
Sakata and Dan Driscoll
Does
wearing
someone
your
likes it?
ATF hats.
Likes,
Rob,
like.
I was on the texting, Todd Blanche and I were on the, texting you at 1 a.m. on cases. I mean, that's how committed all
Yeah,
of these people
you are the best,
to
yeah.
just keeping all of our
We are the
citizens
best. You
safe.
are the best.
And that's what it's all about.
Circus.
And this
Usually
this
people
project is the
do their
brainchild of
job,
Stephen
you
Miller.
know.
And you are doing so much.
But
to keep
now
our
they
citizens
gather,
safe, our kids safe,
You're
and
doing
get these
great
drugs
job. Yeah,
off
you're doing the
our
great job.
streets.
You're doing the
Mayor
great
San
job.
Francisco and I are
You're
gonna
doing
be
the great
meeting on
job.
fentanyl
And
this
let's
week
film this
and
shit
working hand in
and
hand
show on
that. Secretary No
television.
spoke to him. But the results of
What
this
is this,
last month
American
have
flag
been
on her?
historic.
What?
As the president said in the
Collier?
last month, think about this, 3,200, more than 3,200 violent gangs and drug
Violent
dealers have
gangs.
been taken off the streets. Off the streets.
No way.
Now, Director Patel and
Off the
all
streets
state
where?
agencies have also been working so hard on getting the leadership. But we are getting all the gang members off the streets and
Yeah.
the drug dealers. Sinaloa,
They're the most
CJNG,
successful administration
MS-13,
ever.
And more, TDA. 91 tons
Clowns
of
have no
drugs
color.
have been seized as a result of this
Yeah.
task force. We tried
Then
to
so you
put this
can
in
move
perspective for you.
your head to
This
the
would be
left
filling
of the
4
picture.
18-wheelers.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
For all the drugs just in the
I'll
last
move
month that have been
myself.
taken
I'll
off the
sit near
street.
to Trump, okay?
58,000 kilos of cocaine.
Cocaine,
Think about
where?
a big backyard swimming pool. That
Where
would
cocaine?
fill 1.5 swimming pools.
Are those
Just
Epstein files?
powder cocaine that
Are
has
those
been
Epstein
removed,
files
saving
here
lives
on the
this last
table?
month,
Just
thanks
here?
to all of these people
I
around
wish
the
I could
table.
check them out.
2,300 kilos of fentanyl powder
Sure
and
does. Anytime.
2.1 million fentanyl pills.
Fentanyl
off
pills,
the streets.
millions.
And as the
on those
president said,
boats.
more than 1,000 illegal guns. The Biden
Illegal guns,
administration
illegal
was,
immigrants.
for way too long, all of these great law enforcement officers surrounding the table were not able to do their jobs. What they've
Yeah.
said is now they've been uncuffed. They can do their jobs now.
Yeah.
We've been watching
They were
transnational
hold.
gangs grow in our
On
country,
hold.
become organized, set up infrastructure.
Denys, you're in the
all
cabinet
of
now.
our
Yeah.
states, but no
I'm-
longer under
I'm a little
President Trump.
smaller, I
We are
should be bigger,
destroying
you
the
know.
infrastructure, and we're no
I
longer
could
on
have,
defense.
you know,
All of
put
these
the
great
green
men and women
screen
are on
behind
offense, so they
and
better
sit
get
with them
ready.
there.
We're dismantling the
It would be
cartels,
funny.
and we are taking the leaders into custody and all of the gangs. We are going to supercharge
Canadian
this work.
fentanyl is
This
such a big
not
problem.
pilot
Yeah.
program.
The
This is
biggest one.
permanent. We are here to stay.
This woman
and Secretary Hegseth,
would be
we
nice
couldn't
if
do
she
this without you
talks.
and the Department
Yeah.
of War. Thank you all so much for everything you're doing around this table.
Thank you.
tirelessly. And President Trump, thank you for giving them the ability to do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Give me 5. Yeah. 5. Give me.
Mr. President, since the year 2000, we have
Who the hell is
over 1
here?
million Americans
Secretary
to
of the Homeland
drugs,
Security.
to
I see.
overdoses, to these cartels that have proliferated that kind of a disease on our people
Bim.
and have gone to war with our next generation of Americans. When you signed the executive order that was protecting the American people from invasion, what you did is that you took these
Up
cartels
left.
and gangs that we've known for decades.
Up left, I
and you
cannot.
declared them
There
to
are
be
some
what
of
they
the,
really are, and
if
that's
some
terrorists.
subscribe for me
You
on
declared
Twitch,
war on them,
there
and you
is
didn't say we were
the
just going to fight them. You said we are going to
there is the
destroy them.
announcement here,
And everybody
so
around
I
this
can
table,
just put me here.
Is so honored to be here to work with you to destroy these terrorists. that
South
have been
Park
killing
lady,
Americans
I
for
see.
years and getting
Christine
rich off of
Noem.
it. I'm so proud of the work that was done just in the September surge. You referenced that earlier. We had over 400 operations that went down in those first 43 days of the Homeland Security Task Force in operations that brought, as Pam referenced, 3,200 terrorists to justice, got them off the streets. Sir, we also have had over precursors and chemicals that were brought in. We've had the work at the southern border. We've got Border
Vice
Patrol here at the
Director.
table
Yeah,
with
I
you.
understand.
Oh, fentanyl has been cut down by
Not only
50%
rolling on the phone,
coming into this
screaming,
country over
why?
our borders. We've continued to work not just nationally,
Close
but
the door,
internationally
Denys.
and on our maritime borders as well. The ICE agents
What
that
kind
have
of
so
the
much
door?
violence against them and threats against them, sir, they get up every day ready to work with this task force. to be
Next
able to
nasty
keep
person.
people
Next
safe.
will be
And then we've got
probably
Coast
Kash
Guard, who's
Patel.
been doing, just
He
a
is
ton
on
of our
her
incredible interdictions
left.
out on the seas and the waters in
It's like in
cooperation
a
with
school, you know?
operations that you've targeted in
Everyone
the Caribbean
should-
with the Department of War. And sir, I just want to thank you for the leadership you put at this table, for your cabinet members, for
Like,
Stephen
what the
Miller,
hell is happening?
for putting
I
this
thought
in
it would be
place to make
about
sure that what you
something,
did
but
when
they
you
gathered-
consolidated the Homeland Security
They
Task
gathered to
Force,
thank
you took
each
1,000
one,
other
and
task
most of
forces
all,
that were already
Donny.
established in the federal government,
Donny,
and you streamlined
we
them
love
into
you.
this room, into this group right here, so that we can look at
Showing
each other
how
in the face
effective,
every
or
day
saying, yeah,
and
not
say,
showing,
"What's our
saying
problem?
how
do we
effective
address it? How do we fix
they
it?"
all really are.
And then we go to work together
Especially
with our arms
Donny.
linked to do exactly what you told us to do. And that's not just protect the American people from invasion, but to kill these
Donald
terrorists.
just
You
wanted to
gave us
spend
the
some
task to
time with the
eliminate them,
ladies.
destroy them,
Not just
so that
ladies,
they
there's
can't destroy the
Pete
next
Hexen.
generation of Americans. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the people you put around this
Thank you
table.
very much.
Thank you, thank you,
Great
thank you.
job. Thank you.
Great job.
Pete?
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership.
See?
Chief, likewise, Tulsi and Todd and Dan and Pam and Christy. and
Dan,
Stephen
it's
and
me.
Cash. I mean, I could go around the table.
I
From
can
the
go
Department of War,
around.
we are
Go
thankful
around.
and grateful for the incredible effort that your
Where's the
agency
Russian
put in.
tie?
And we could not be more proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. Not superficially, not kind of over here, but front and center on the Homeland Security Task Force, right there with you. Because our department has spent over 2 decades defending other homelands, and we're very proud to be defending our own. And if you talk to the troops down, say, on the southwest border, Mr. President, morale is sky high and continues to be, because they're proud to be defending their own communities, their own state, and their own country.
I guess
So
Wall
when
Street
that
Journal
executive order
released
was
that
signed,
article
the mission
that
was clear:
generals
protecting the
are
American
now
people
not okay
against
with Pete,
invasion.
with his
And so the Department of War went
campaign,
straight to the southwest border. We still have 10,000
with everything he
troops there.
does.
We have national defense areas. We're standing alongside the Border Patrol, and we've locked that border down. 100% control of the southwest
So
border.
dumb,
We've
yeah.
stopped the invasion. And then we're proud to be going on the offense. Counter-cartel operations.
Counter-cartel
Counter-cartel,
operation.
As was mentioned, these are designated
Co-
terrorist organizations.
Counter-cartel.
Foreign terrorist organizations. Our generation spent the better part of 2 decades hunting Al-Qaeda, hunting ISIS. Well, as the president said, this is the ISIS, this is the Al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere. They intimidate, they terrorize, they extort, they poison the American people. The president's right. Every boat we strike is 25,000 Americans whose lives are saved because of the drugs that were headed in our direction. So our message to these foreign terrorist organizations is, we will treat you like we have treated Al-Qaeda. We will find you, we will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you.
Well,
And
we'll
we've
see, we'll
seen
see.
that evidence in the maritime domain, whether it's in the Caribbean or in the Pacific with the last 2 strikes. We know exactly who these people are. We know what networks they work with, what foreign terrorist organizations they're a part of.
But
We know
still,
where
they
they're
do not
going, where
provide
they
any
originated
evidence
from,
to
what
us.
they're carrying. And they know we know. And that will soon start to change the calculus of these votes. So the critique of this is, of course, as often is the case, wrong. We know our authorities. It's locked tight. And we're going to treat them like foreign terrorist organizations on the offense. So the Department of War is not going to degrade or just simply arrest. We're going to defeat and destroy these terrorist organizations to defend the homeland on behalf of the American people, making the jobs of law enforcement
To
safer in the
defend, just
process,
stop
making
buying that
communities
shit.
of Americans
Because they're
safer in the process. We think it's a
high-rank
very
officials,
core
I'm
mission,
sure, who are
of
in
the
the
Department of
scheme,
War, and we're proud to be here, Mr. President.
purchasing the shit from cartels. The
Tulsi,
problem with
please.
purchasing.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. The key reason that you are hearing about these incredible
Putin's
effects,
girl.
is number one, the team that you've assembled here and the leadership and the tone that you have set, first and foremost about keeping the American people safe. The intelligence community plays a critical role in being able to support our law enforcement at the federal, state, and local level to make sure that they are armed with actionable intelligence.
Sure that they're
to be able to
quacking in
actually
their
go after
boots,
those
yeah.
who threaten the safety and security
But
of
the
American
cartels are in
people.
Mexico.
Mr.
In
President,
Mexico,
under your
in
leadership,
Colombia,
for
in
the first
Venezuela
time,
as
there
well,
is
yeah.
a
There's the
newly
problem,
created
of course.
National Intelligence Fusion Cell.
But just
at
putting the
Office of
boats, it will
Director
not
of
solve the
National
problem.
Intelligence, National Counterterrorism. That has a very simple purpose, to make sure that we have two-way intelligence sharing of actionable information between the intelligence
For it's all
community
for the oil.
and
Yeah,
law
yeah, yeah.
enforcement. I want to talk briefly
That's
about three
probably the reason,
successes
Tony.
that we've had just here in the last few weeks, Mr. President.
Does he not
through the
even
success
take
of
the
this
breath?
Interagency fusion cell. Just this last week, our National Counterterrorism Center supported through actionable intelligence to both
Avengers,
US law
yeah, yeah, yeah.
enforcement as well as Mexican law enforcement.
The dream
arrest
team.
of a Sinaloa cartel boss, El Plato, in Juarez, Mexico.
She
as
probably
well
will
as his
speak for a
top
long
3
time. She
money
has so many
launderers.
papers there.
In a separate and recent successful interagency operation, NCTC worked closely with
Is
the
this
U.S. Marshal
Xbox private
Service
message
that
thread?
led
Yeah.
to the arrest of another dangerous Sinaloa cartel member responsible for tracking a huge amount
I thought
of
that
cocaine
there could be some of the
and,
breaking
hundreds
news,
of
but they're
thousands of
just
dollars
blah,
in
blah,
this
blah,
single
blah, blah,
incident
blah.
with drug proceeds through his network.
Really about
I'll say
nothing.
the last example I'll share is probably the most insidious.
I want to sleep already. I need to edit video one more. Well, it will take me roughly 40 minutes, not more.
Cartel
Than
affiliated
that.
baby trafficker called La Diabla.
La
Her whole
Diablo.
money-making operation was centered around luring pregnant women, performing illegal C-sections, harvesting organs, and selling newborn babies.
Shit.
Mr. President, it's your leadership
Yeah.
that has made all of this
Donald
possible.
Trump,
I can tell you,
he
in the
can
midst of
fight
this government
everything. He's a
shutdown, our folks,
superhero.
like everyone around this table,
Superhero.
24/7 without pay,
Gold
and
power.
eager to get after this because they believe in your leadership and the mission that you have presented to them.
Trump is almost
Mr.
sleeping. Yeah,
President,
me
I'll hand
too.
this off to,
Yeah,
Homeland
Trump
Supervisor
looks
Steve
really
Miller, the
exhausted.
leader
Like
of
he
this
speaks
task
okay
force.
as usual, as for Trump, but he's
Let me
Miller,
say, Mr. President,
Nazi,
that this
Nazi
country
Miller.
was going to die without you. This country was going to actually die without you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we were facing in 2024.
He's a Jesus
We've been
Christ
invaded
of
for 4
America.
years. Our communities were
Saved
sinking.
everyone.
Our public safety had gone to zero. Cartels were running entire communities. Sex trafficking, child trafficking, labor trafficking was
Cartels
out of control. Overdoses were
leading
out of control.
communities.
The cartels were claiming more and more territory.
Yeah.
City services were buckling. This was a country on
Yeah,
the verge of
it was a
dying,
collapse.
and you alone saved it. And when you stepped
You
forward,
are Jesus Christ.
originally in 2016, you started the movement
Movement
to
MAGA.
make America great again.
Yeah.
And that means make America
Yeah.
in every way, and that means safety,
Absolutely.
and prosperity, and peace, and freedom from cartels and crime and gangs.
Mm-hmm.
And your vision and your leadership in declaring war on the drug cartels is the single most successful public safety initiative in American history. And
Yeah.
I need the media to understand what President Trump has done.
Yeah.
People have been talking about drug cartels for
Yeah.
longer than I've been alive. And everyone has just taken for granted that they can't
Yeah,
be
but
touched
now
or
it's
stopped.
gone.
They're too big, they're too
He
powerful,
fought
they're too
it.
evil, they're too murderous. They can operate with impunity.
Trump did
In
it.
just 9 months,
He
President
saved
Trump is
everyone.
the only American leader, not just in our lifetimes, but ever,
Ever,
to
ever.
actually take
He's the
fight
best.
to the drug cartels, to actually seek their eradication.
Yeah.
And it's happening.
Yeah.
And so while the Democrats are shutting the government down and fighting for free health care for illegal aliens,
Fucking Democrats.
look at what President Trump has assembled.
Yeah.
He's assembled a team under his vision, direction, and leadership that is saving hundreds of thousands of
Millions.
lives, hundreds of
Billions.
thousands of lives. And
Billions of
only President Trump
lives.
could have done this. And I will say one last thing, which is that his courage has been an inspiration to everyone else in this room. There are people in this room, looking at, for example,
Look at his
Todd
courage.
Lyons,
Just look
who
at
have
him.
been,
I'm
led to
courage
the dogs
guy.
and harassed and threatened. But when they see President Trump's courage, what he's been through for 10 years to save America, when they came after his family, his businesses, his safety, his freedom, everyone at this table knows we can give whatever it takes to get the mission done. So
I think
President Trump, thank you for your leadership, your boldness,
Thank you,
courage, and
your
vision. We're
boldness.
honored to serve you.
Thank you for your
I
boldness.
want to thank you, Stephen. And I have to say that, I've been making the rounds. I'm leaving tomorrow for some very big meetings, including with the president of China. I
China.
think we're going to come out
It's all
very well.
China.
Everyone's going to be very happy. But everybody said the same thing. A year ago, we had a dead country.
Dead.
We were a dead country. We really were.
Pulse
in a lot
zero.
Of ways, not just this. We were dead as doornails on this. But
Dead as
we
doornails.
were a country that was in serious trouble, and beyond that. And we have the hottest country anywhere in the world right
Hottest?
now. The whole world is talking about it. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Global
We're gonna
warming
clear
or
up
what?
this crime in our cities. We can do it
China.
quickly, too.
It's all
They
about
showed
China.
How quickly we could do it in D.C. It was a real bad place. It was a real mess.
Yeah,
Dirty,
DC.
filthy, disgusting, graffiti all over the
Shit
place.
of the world.
Tents on every
Shithole
ounce
of the
parks
world.
that we had.
But now, no. It's a
just
wonderful
disgusting.
flower
And I
with
rode
Donald
around
Trump.
last weekend. I rode around the city. I felt very safe in that car, but
Yeah.
I would have done it without it. I wouldn't need that car so much anymore, I will tell you. But the place was clean. We've started that also. Not only law and order, but the cleanliness is important. I think cleanliness is almost a part
everything
of law
should
and
be
order. If you see
tidy,
dirty,
clean.
disgusting streets and potholes all over the place, and railings falling down, and graffiti all over the beautiful statuary marble columns.
What
those
this is
gorgeous
about?
columns with
I
the
mean,
graffiti,
what
it's all
this
gone.
hell is about?
And I think it's a
This
part of it.
meeting.
I really do. I think it's a big part of it.
This
But we
says
have a
about
city that
what?
We can be proud of. We're going to be that way with
Hygiene of
every
the
city
streets
we
or
have.
what?
That's why with San Francisco, I wish them luck.
Yeah,
but we
San
can do it so much
Francisco.
faster. I told the mayor, I love what you're doing. I respect it,
some
and I respect
distortion.
the people that are doing it. They're the biggest people in the country. They're the biggest people in the
Biggest
world.
people.
A lot
Go
of
to
high
McDonald's.
tech. Some people like them, some people don't, but they're smart. And they want to do it, and I said, I am so honored to let you do it. And if it
Trump
doesn't
very
work out, we'll
drinking
do it
out.
for you
He's
very
not
quickly.
drunk. Yeah, he's
But,
not drinking.
I just want to thank the people around this table are amazing.
Tabler.
Cash, please go ahead.
Tabler.
Mr. President, I'll just keep it short, but I think what the media should realize
Cash
is
Patel.
the amount of courage it takes to do this. And you led that
Yeah.
mission. You led it during your campaign.
You're the
You brought
best.
it to the
Again,
American
you're the best,
people.
you're the best,
I think
you're
the
the
media
best.
should focus on some of these numbers the Attorney
Jeez.
General
He
just
just
rattled
gathered
off. Those
people
aren't
from
numbers, those
his
are
own
lives.
team
Lives
in
saved
front
by
of the cameras
millions,
for him to
excuse me, enough fentanyl to
freaking
kill
kiss
over 200
his
million Americans.
ass in
Gone.
front of the cameras.
Evaporated off our
Smell
hands
that
permanently.
those
Your
farts,
vision
you
to
know?
safeguard American freedoms and our children's future is the most courageous thing I've ever seen a president of the United States ever
What's
do.
the point
Your
of this
ability to
meeting?
marshal it out in 8 months.
This reminds
in
North
8
Korea.
months. These statistics
It's
would have
not
taken
remi-
other
it is
administrations
North
decades,
Korea.
Decades. And the partnership that you see around the table.
It
I just wanna,
is
you know,
North
sum it up with the
Korea.
following. When I call these folks around the table, when I call
It's
our
all
state
around
local law enforcement
leader,
partners who have been absolutely
Trump.
critical to this mission.
Have you heard that
And
bullshit
Stephen Miller
from
called me and
with
said, "We're gonna-
previous
the Homeland Security
presidents?
Task Force and the FBI and DHS are going to co-lead it. I said,
Jesus
absolutely.
Christ.
The country's been yearning for this and needing it.
Dennis,
And
do
the
you
one
have
thing I
anything
see
good to
different
say about
than any
Trump?
other administration is when I call these people,
No.
they pick up. I don't get a voicemail. When I make an
I
ask,
don't think
they
I have.
answer, and the same is true. And so the FBI is playing a pivotal role in your administration in helping lead out
He's
this
a
mission,
typical
and
dictator
Stephen's
around the
vision has
table
finally
there.
come to
Yeah,
life.
Dennis is-
And instead of
yeah.
attacking the people at this table,
Donald is
maybe
a
the media should go
gentleman.
out
Donald
there
is
and
a
talk to the lives
gentleman.
that have been saved forever. And the
Total brain
communities
rot,
that have been
yeah.
Safeguarded, because it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to implement that
Graffiti
plan.
is
It
so
takes a
bad.
president,
Don is going to
President
give
Trump,
away
to put a
some
leadership
of the
team like
spare
this together.
white paint.
We are actual friends,
yeah.
and I know the media doesn't
The
want
white-
to call us that, but we do that. We do hang out.
Did-
we do work
did you see
together.
the
It's a
ball-
24/7,
ballroom?
365 mission
It's
that doesn't
huge.
turn off, Mr. President. And as Stephen said, we're inspired by your leadership, and this country's
Oh,
thankful for these
shit.
8 months, and I can't wait to see what the next 4 years looks like.
Thank you very much.
Next 3 years, I hope.
Great job.
Or maybe 1 year
Don,
maximum, judging on his health
Mr.
and
President.
how he looks.
The number that I think matters
Number matters.
Over 3,266 terrorists have been taken off the streets in 2 months.
So
and for each of those arrests, there's
3,000. Here we have the number.
4 to 20 law enforcement agents, federal, state, and local, executing those arrests. And that means every one of them are putting their lives on the line to make these arrests, to make our communities safer. And so what I will say to them is thank you, but also what I will say to them is that to the extent that there are politicians, as recently as
where is Marco Rubio? J.D. Vance.
Something wrong. We have governors, district
Are they
attorneys,
busy?
mayors, and even congresswomen.
Donald Trump ass
suggesting
kissing
that our federal
contest
law
winner right
and the
there.
state and
I think
local
Miller
law
so far is the
enforcement
winner
helping
in this
them
ass kissing
are doing something wrong.
contest.
That is disgusting.
After it, maybe
and something that we
Bondi.
will not tolerate.
Pam
That every day,
Bondi.
Attorney General Bondi and I talk with all of our partners.
And
making sure
who
that they
was
know
on the
that
left of
any one our federal
Bondi? I
agents, our
forgot.
state and
Chris
local agents working under
Noam.
the HSTF banner are even touched by
Maybe
any of
this
these
guy is
terrorists
next
or
one
rioters.
because he
They will
kisses
be
it
prosecuted to the
nicely,
fullest extent of the law.
gently.
When politicians
I bet
aid
Trump
these
smells like
terrorists
old
by trying to give
Come
them
on,
comfort
guys.
or protection or suggesting that somehow our men and women are doing the wrong thing.
puppy killer.
Same
Yeah.
problem. We will not tolerate it, Mr. President. So thank you to all of our state and local
Hassan was
men
inspired.
and women that are helping us, and our federal law enforcement officers that are literally
Susie
putting their
never
lives
talks.
on the
No, she
line
talked.
every single day. We
Or
will
no?
always protect you.
Susie.
Thank you.
Susie there.
Thank you very much, Todd.
She never talks.
Really
Okay.
good job you're doing too. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah.
Any questions, maybe pertaining
Oh, questions about Ukraine.
pertaining to this for a little while?
Sanctions. Come on.
Whoa. Would you have any questions of these incredible people?
Mr. President.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, thank you. Good to see you. If I could just ask both of you, including Secretary Hegseth, there's reporting the U.S. just sent B-1 bombers near Venezuela to ramp up some military pressure there. Is that accurate, and can you tell us more about that mission?
No, it's not accurate. No, it's false. But we're not happy with Venezuela.
Yeah, there were reports with B-1 bombers.
But also, they've been sending their prisoners into our country for years under the Biden administration. Not anymore. We have a closed border. We had actually nobody for the last 4 months, I guess 5 months. They say they report nothing. They report zero. I don't know if that can be possible, but we'll accept it, right, fellas? But we have closed borders. We have people coming into our country, but they only come in legally. We have the strongest borders we've ever had. We might have the strongest borders of almost any nation right now.
Do you believe that shit, that there are no illegal immigrants coming? I don't believe it.
But we're very unhappy with Venezuela because of what they've done. They've emptied their prisons into our country. Nobody can do that. Only a stupid person would have accepted it. And that's what we had running our country, very stupid people. So we're not happy with Venezuela, I will tell you. Yeah.
Mr. President. Thank you, President Trump.
Go ahead. You okay?
Yes. On fentanyl.
We're going to lose
Sorry
it.
about that. On fentanyl,
we have
President
some
Trump.
good medical help right over there. That's all right.
On fentanyl, according to CDC data, nearly 330,000 Americans died over the past 5 years from fentanyl. That's
a lot.
1 in every 1,000 Americans who died.
It's more than that, but that's all right.
Yes,
It's
I
more.
know you think it's even more.
I'll be discussing that with President
Yes,
Xi.
so that's actually my question.
I figured it
I
was.
was wondering, since it mostly comes from China and has caused such carnage in the U.S., what are you going to say to convey the seriousness? And also a second question for you or Secretary Hegseth. Is there any evidence that China is now smuggling fentanyl through Venezuela to bypass U.S. import controls?
They are doing that, yes.
They are doing that.
They
Interesting.
are paying right now a 20% tariff because of fentanyl. That's billions and billions of dollars that they're paying.
Does China really send fentanyl
Actually, on November 1st,
to the United States?
A tariff on China
Crazy.
goes to 157%.
He was
Which is
RFK.
record-setting
Yeah, I thought
territory,
that.
and we don't want that because it's
RFK.
not sustainable for
I
them.
thought that
They
about
can't sustain
RFK
that.
as well.
We don't want them to have to go through that. So I'm meeting with President Xi, and I would say we have some big issues, like with the farmers and various other things. But the first question I'm going to be asking them
increase the
about
volume a
is
little.
fentanyl. And if you think about it, they make $100 million. Think of this. They make $100 million selling fentanyl into our country, $100 million. they lose $100 billion with the 20% tariff. So it's not a good business proposition.
I see.
It's $100
He asked
billion
that perfectly. I
approximately
see.
that they have to pay.
Legalize marijuana for another crop for farmers grow.
I think they want to do something. They want to put it on the list. It's on the list. It's one of the things we're talking about.
China's #1 exporter of
right
fentanyl.
So they pay a very big penalty for doing that.
Precautions, and
I don't
most
think
of
they
it
wanna be
goes
doing it,
through
and
Mexico.
We'll see what happens at the end of next week, because I'll be meeting next week, as you know. We're stopping in Malaysia. We're stopping in South Korea. We're stopping in Japan. I'm meeting with President Xi actually in South Korea. So
he will just meet with
first thing
Japan.
on the list. Yeah, please.
Yes, Mr. President. On the drug boats, sir, has there been any discussion about capturing one so that you can show the amount of narcotics?
We know everything about them. Yeah. Jennifer, we know everything about them. We know where they're coming from.
But where's the evidence?
Who they're coming with, generally who's in the boat. I'll let Pete discuss it a little bit, but they have incredible intelligence. And
but they do not provide us with any sort of the data.
I've never even seen that before. But
the last boat was clearly a drug boat, like visually,
about 65 miles an hour,
we need like real evidence
loaded up with
for at least that.
In silver cases. Generally speaking, that's not a good sign. They're not going fishing, right? And you don't see any
fishing
rods,
it means you target fishing boats,
Pete,
or what?
You discuss that a little
then
bit,
they
please.
joke about fishing.
Yes, sir. Likewise, generally you don't see fishing in submarines either, sir.
They're again joke, yeah? So they hit fishing boats or what?
As I mentioned, nobody
Getting
better in the
constant
world
error message
at
than trying
mapping
to follow you.
networks,
Huh?
identifying
Why?
who's connected to who inside terrorist organizations. It's
Michael,
just
I don't
the media
know.
is used to hearing that when it pertains to Afghanistan
It's normal
and
fishing
Iraq
boat
and
in
ISIS and
South
Al-Qaeda.
America.
But if you reframe how you understand the world in our own hemisphere, that's exactly what these foreign terrorist
I don't
organizations
know.
are. And so we
Michael.
will track them, we will map them, we will
On
network
Twitch?
them, and we will hunt them and
Error
kill them
message or what?
because they're trying to, and they are killing and poisoning the American people. And inside that, we have all the license necessary, all the authorities necessary to take these kinetic strikes. and
Maybe
we'll
it
continue
was
to take them.
Dawn Jr.
And we've been, just to add, because I think it's important, we've been capturing them for years. It's not like, gee, let's capture one. We've been doing that for years. For 25 years, we've been doing it. Not at a level like we're doing it now. I mean, just with the hits we're hitting. But we have much more intensity than any administration's ever had. But we've been capturing these boats for years, and
I
they
wish
get
we
back
could
into
throw
the system,
tomatoes
and they
at
do
the
it again and
screen.
again and again. And they don't fear that. They have no fear. The thing I can tell you right now, it's very hard to find any floating vessel right now on the Pacific or in the Gulf, and I would like to call it by its official name, the Gulf of America. Another little triumph of the Trump administration. I said for years, why do we call it the Gulf of Mexico? It's 93%. The shoreline is 93% ours. I never understood that, so I made that change. I never realized how easy that was going to be, other than, I guess, AP
Again, Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico.
But that's the name. And actually, they were sort of semi-prohibited from even covering us after that. It was pretty amazing. But we have the Gulf of America, and there are very few boats, very, very few boats. Not even fishing boats, to be honest. I don't want to do that to the fishing industry, but it's been so effective. And our sea drugs, as they call them, they use the term sea drugs, the drugs coming in by sea, are like 5% of what they were a year ago, less than 5%. So now they're coming in by land.
So on boats and less than 5%.
And even the land is
Crazy.
concerned, because I told them that's going to be next. The land is going to be next. And we may go to the Senate, we may go to the Congress and tell them about it. But I can't imagine they'd have any problem with it. I think, in fact, while we're here, I think it's a good idea, Pete. You go to Congress, you tell them about it. What are they going to do? Say, gee, we don't want to stop drugs pouring in. They're killing 300,000 people a year. I think that's the real number, 300,000 people a year.
Can someone follow me on Twitch just to check out the alerts?
We have never made progress.
If
like
someone
we've
is
made.
not subscribed for me.
The
Not
sea
subscribe,
drugs are
I mean follow.
almost
Just
dead.
follow.
And they can't come in that fast from the land.
If someone is watching me on Twitch, just want to
dangerous
check
them.
if it's
going to be
possible.
much more dangerous. You'll be seeing
I
that
lived
soon.
on a Gulf.
So that's
no
the way
one
it is,
called
yeah.
the Gulf of America. Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
It's just a historical name.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Good.
I wanted to ask, what's your reaction to Representative Dan Goldman calling on NYPD to arrest ICE agents who he says are acting illegally? He says they are illegally assaulting people and illegally detaining people at immigration courts in New York.
Well, you know, I know Dan, and Dan's a loser. You understand. He's a guy that doesn't have what it takes. He's been trying so hard, and they're exhausted. I mean, it's so ridiculous, right? A suggestion like that.
Someone should bring a Nobel.
You know, they're just trying so hard, and it's not working. They've even now started imitating me, of all people. They want to imitate me.
Stop this meeting,
And they
Dennis.
start
I
using
can't.
foul language,
I'm
but
not
they
in
use
the
too much of
office
it. You know, you
of
can't
the
use
White
the
House.
F-word 7 times in one sentence. It doesn't
If
work.
I were a
It
president,
might work
I
once
would
every 7 news
stop
conferences,
this meeting.
but you can't do it. You can't do it 7 times
It's
in one
like
sentence.
children
so I don't know.
talking to
They're,
children, yeah.
They're really, they're in big trouble, that party. Go ahead.
Some alleged smugglers have survived some of these recent strikes and been sent back to
Thank
their
you so
home
much
country.
for following.
If they're terrorists, why not just arrest and detain
Scorn
them?
Temple. So it works. It works.
2 points
Thank you
on
so
that.
much.
First, when I served in Iraq in 2005 and
Thank you so
2006,
much.
we used to, in sort of a gallows humor way, talk about the
Keep
Iraqi
watching
catch
the
and release
old
program.
cockpit
The reality
videos
that
and
we would
good
catch a lot of
damn.
people,
I
hand
miss.
them over,
Yeah, I also miss
and then they
them.
would be recycled back through, and we'd have to recapture them or attack them again. And that's why changing
The
the
official
dynamic
name
and
is
actually
Mexico.
taking kinetic
What?
strikes on these boats ought change the psychology of these foreign terrorist organizations. To those 2 that survived the shot on the semi-submersible, think again, compared to Iraq and Afghanistan, the vast majority of people that we captured on the battlefield, we handed over to the home country. Did we always like how it shaped out? Sometimes we did, sometimes we did not. But 99% would go
some
to the
survived
Afghan
and they
authorities,
sent
Iraqi
those
authorities.
back
So
to
in this
Venezuela.
Case, those 2, they were treated by American medics and handed immediately over to their countries where they came from, hopefully to face prosecution, which is a very standard way of handling something like this.
And you'll do that with future survivors or anyone else?
Are you sure when
We've got
this?
protocol of how we'll handle it.
Not that guy. He's so hopeless. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yesterday, there was a vote at the Knesset on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge?
Yeah,
to
Israel
your
wants
peace
to
efforts?
annex the West Bank.
Could you say that louder, please?
Yes, yesterday there was a vote at the Knesset in Israel on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Will you answer that, please? Because I cannot understand the words.
He doesn't understand. Even me understood.
Where are you from?
France.
Where are you from? You're from France. Beautiful accent, but we can't understand what you're saying.
Fuck. He's stupid.
The West Bank is. Don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank.
Okay, we'll see.
Don't worry about it. Is that your question? They're not going to do anything with the West Bank. Don't worry about it.
But they
Israel's doing very well.
voted
They're
for
not
an
gonna do anything
annexation
with it. Yeah,
in
please.
their parliament.
Thank you, President Trump. Are there any
Just play
safeguards in
stupid,
place
yeah,
to
maybe.
protect Americans from fentanyl and cartels when you leave office in 2028? Any protocols that could be put in place in case a future administration comes in that wants open borders? And I also have a question for the Secretary of War as
Temple,
well.
thank you so much for
Well, the biggest thing we can do is
subscription.
make
Actually,
sure they
no
don't
need,
come
but
in.
thank you so much.
Because open borders.
I hate Twitch. Why?
They would destroy. It's amazing that our country's even surviving. with
I
what we
don't
went
like
through, coming in by
the
the
management
billions.
of Twitch, but
And coming in from the
platform
wrong
itself,
places. You know, I know
how
all
it's
these people
done,
that
I
run
like
these
it.
countries and,
But
they're
management
smart,
of
they're very
Twitch
street
is
smart.
the company
And
itself.
They're not sending their best, you know. They're not sending. They're taking
Yeah, thank
them
you
out
so
of
much.
their prisons and their mental institutions, as
Temple,
I say
thank
over
you.
and over again. They're the drug dealers. They're the drug addicts.
Emperor has no
They're,
clauses. Yeah.
People that don't
Oh,
work.
nice the band.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
The best of them are people that don't work. They don't work. They're on welfare. Their form of welfare, which is tiny. You know what their
Yeah.
form of welfare? They give you a piece of paper. But they want people that work. They don't let those people come out because they want those people. You know, they cherish those people. Those are the people that make their country run. They give us all of the people that don't work and are murderers. 11,843 murderers came in. 11,800. Many of them committed, more than 50% committed more than one murder. Now, why do we
Can
want
someone
them?
ask
Why
about
would
sanctions
Biden
or
and that
Ukraine?
group of thugs that he had working for him, why would they accept these people? Why would he accept? Nobody understands it. You know, they say maybe they wanted the vote, but I did great with the Hispanic vote, but these are people from all over the world. Why would they do it? So one question, no matter what I do, I can't, you always like to know the opponent, you have an opponent, what are they getting at? And usually you can. Why would they allow 20 million, maybe 25 million people into this country? Almost
talk
all
about
of which,
anything but
most of
Epstein
which should
files.
not
Yeah.
have been
And
allowed
no one
into
is
our
asking
country.
about those any longer.
It's one of the great
From
enigmas.
journalists.
What they've done to
At
this
least
country
they ask
should
about
never
Ukraine
be
sometimes,
forgotten.
but
In
not
history,
about Epstein
should
files.
never, ever be forgotten. And now it looks like we're going to have a communist mayor in New York. That'll be a lot of fun. But remember this, they have to go through the White House. Yeah, please, go ahead.
The founder of Binance. Can you explain why you chose to pardon him, and did it have anything to do
Yeah,
with
yeah,
his
yeah, the
involvement
guy.
in your
Which one? Who is
family's?
that?
The
Binance.
founder of Binance. He has a involvement in your own
The
family's
recent
crypto
one, yes,
business.
I believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people. I don't know. He was recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that. Are you talking
I think
about
he
the
could
crypto
be involved
person?
in the crypto scams.
A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of
Trump.
anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything. That what he did. Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about. You know nothing about nothing.
Now he's
You're
accusing,
fake
you know.
news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him.
Red Russell,
I don't
thank you
believe
so
I've
much.
ever met him. But I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support, and they said that what he did is not even a crime. It wasn't a crime. That he was persecuted.
Okay, Red
by the
Russell. Next
Biden
time I'll do it.
administration.
Thank you.
And so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people.
Taco Orange
Yeah,
Man.
Daniel?
President, thank you so much.
This is the kind of question I like.
Yeah,
right here.
the numbers from this task force are jaw-dropping. I wanted to know, this is a question for you and both Stephen, since it was said this is your brainchild. What are the lessons to be learned from the success of the task force, and what are your continued goals with this task force now that you have about 3 years
Well,
left?
that's
Well,
the
the best
kiss
thing we have
ass.
going is we have such
kiss ass
talent around this
question.
table. I could go over every one of these men and women, and we have unbelievable talent. They've got the naturals, you know, like somebody that hits a baseball or a golf ball or a, you know, that you see more. It's more evident. It's beautiful because it's sports. You can tell somebody right away, are they good or are they not? These people are the most talented people at what they do. And when we started talking about this, Stephen and all of us, it seems so easy. What is surprising to me is how quickly we can straighten out a large city, a big city, a mean city, a city that's sick, that got very sick with guns all over the place.
Next
with
update,
bullets shooting
I'll
all
finish
over.
the stream
When
and
you
edit
take
the
your
video
life
and
in your hands
upload.
if you go out
So
and buy a
maybe
loaf
in
of
1
bread.
hour or something.
That's not America. That's
1
not
hour
our
and a half.
country. And those people don't care how
But
you
he-
do it.
the
They
hell
just
he is
want it
talking
done.
about? No
They
one
really
knows.
do. You know,
Only
when
he
you go to
knows.
the people in the street,
The flight of
they're
the
not-
fantasy.
They don't know. Is it National Guard? They just want it done. They want to be safe. And we've gained a great following of Americans, real Americans, people that want to be safe. But I think the biggest thing
Real
we
Americans
say is
are
we have
just
tremendous
Republicans
talent. We
or
were
MAGA.
able to recognize, like a football team,
According
like a
to him.
baseball team, we were able to recognize the talent. And the talent is largely in this room for the whole country. It's largely in this room. There's really nothing like it. And that's why I think we had D.C. done, not perfectly, but pretty much done, at least normalized in 12 days. When you say 12, would you say 12 days? On the 12th day, it felt different. And then, you know, we took a lot of bad people out, never to come back again. Then most of them never to come back again. But there's great talent, and there's also great courage. I've been watching what goes on.
Hi, Fino.
And then you have the radical
7
left
wine.
lunatics. And
Hope
what's
you're doing
that all
great.
about?
Welcome to Twitch.
They're fighting
They're
us
fucking
because we
incompetent,
want to
yeah.
stop crime. Where do these people come from?
Who
They're
controls the money,
paid
supply controls the
money.
world.
I guess they paid a lot of money.
FRS, yeah,
But
controls
like
the
I
money
saw that
print.
ridiculous march the other day.
He loves the sound
They
of
say
his own voice,
These
yeah.
people are not representative of our country. And not all of them, of course, but many of them are total lowlifes. These are lowlifes. These are people that are paid agitators, and they're not representative of our country. So I don't know. I can just tell you that our country has tremendous spirit right now. You know that better than anybody because you cover it well. But we have a lot of people that are very happy right now with the direction. They did a poll the other day. The direction of our
Robert, I
country
didn't
is
count.
better than it's been in 37
you
years.
put me
and
fuck
I'm
or
upset
what?
because I think it should be better
So
than
you'll
that.
be bound.
I actually said we should be better than that. So, thank you very much for your question. Brian? Brian?
Mr. President, yes. Thank you, Mr. President. You guys have done an amazing job in Memphis. Some of those numbers are staggering, and we've gotten message on social media.
Hi,
I want
Bob.
to thank you for that. But I think, can you talk about the number of missing children you guys have discovered in Memphis? That's amazing.
Well, it's hundreds of thousands were lost through Biden and the Biden administration, and we are getting a lot of them back. But they're either dead, they're slaves,
We need someone to clean up the
captured in
crime
some
and
form.
immigration.
But think of it, hundreds of thousands we're talking about.
In
Not
where? In
even
Italy?
believable. And they came in through the border.
I'm
They
going
were sold.
to agree. Thanks
They
for
were
following
bargained
things.
for.
Thank you so
And
much,
this was all
Vina.
Biden,
Thank you for following me
meaning
for
Biden
this
and
long
Obama,
time.
the same, the same mentality.
Don't
frankly.
disapprove in the
I think it's
lowest
the same
of the
mentality.
president.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you, Barack Hussein Obama was a lousy president. A lot of bad things happened. Remember when they used to talk about Trump with the jail cells? Well, he built the jail cells for the children. He built those jail cells. Remember that came out? But sir, they were built in 2014. You remember when that came out? After me going through that stuff for about 2 weeks, and then they found out it was Barack Obama that built those jail cells.
Nice,
No, these
Great.
people they were bad leaders. I hope we don't have it again. I hope we don't have it again, because our country's come back
Trump
a long
saying
way,
that
but
Biden was
it
the
can
king
only
of the
withstand
drug
so
cartel.
much, and we don't want to
Something
ever go
similar,
through
yeah.
that again. We never want to
He
have
unleashed
open
the
borders
cartel
again. We don't
to
want to
United
have,
States.
We don't want to have men playing in women's sports. We don't want to have transgender for everybody. We don't want that. We want to have a great country with low interest rates, nice housing, great education, a strong military, the basics. Yes, please.
In last night's New York City mayoral debate, Zohran Mamdani said he would close Rikers Island if elected. What kind of impact would that have on public safety?
Well, it's not good. I guess it's not a very nice place, but you need it. You need something. You have a lot of additional people in New York City that should not have been here. They came here through the open border, through Biden's. I don't know how they even do it. New York City's always been tight for money, and then they spend, $8 billion, and nobody complains about it, on people that just showed up and they just came out of nowhere. Where did they get the money? All of a sudden, they have money. I tell you what, we have to keep our prisons very fair and very safe, but you get a lot of criminals. We have a lot of additional criminals. I used to talk about it. They used to say, well, only good people come in from foreign countries. I said, that's not right. I didn't know that for a fact, but it had just started, right? The open borders and people flowing in by
He
the
is
millions.
himself the son of the
They
immigrant.
make our criminals look like the nicest people on
his-
earth. That's the only
his
good
wife
thing.
is
They make
immigrant.
Our criminals look like nice
And the
people.
previous wife,
They are the
too.
meanest, the most
She
vicious.
is.
Tren de Aragua, you don't get any sicker. They cut people's fingers off because they called the cop. Did you call the cop? Yes. They cut off his finger so he can't call the cop anymore. And then they say, next time we're going to cut off your hand if you cut, because they took over his apartment in Colorado. Colorado,
Trump
they
is
took
a
over a
criminal, yeah.
town, then they took over another town, and you have a weak governor
Felon.
over there. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Convicted
so he
felon
lets it go on.
president.
But we're
Jeez.
getting them out of here. We're getting them all out. They're going back to lots of, not just Venezuela, they're going back to lots of countries. Venezuela would be one, however. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
A moment ago, you said that if Secretary Hegseth went to Congress and briefed them on the operations
No, we
against
will
these,
go, I said.
You will go. And
We
it would
will
be
go. We're
difficult
gonna
for them to
go.
object.
I don't see any Lawson going. No reason not to. They'll always complain, oh, we should have gone. So we're
We're
gonna
coming up
definitely- I'd
on
like to
1
just
hour.
say-
Place
let's
your
go.
bets at how
We'll
long
go.
the.
We're going to tell them what we're going to
maybe
do, and
half
I think
an
they're
hour
gonna
more.
probably like it, except for the radical left lunatics.
And Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to
Yar Mokuru,
approve
thank you
of that
for
process,
following.
why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country.
He himself criminal,
Okay,
yeah.
we're going to kill
38
them.
of the times, yeah.
They're going to be like dead. Okay. Yeah. Yes, red hair.
Thank you.
Beautiful red hair.
Thank you. I'll tell my hairdresser that. She'll love it. This is a question for both you and the Secretary of War, Mr. Hegseth.
Who are you with?
I'm with the CERN Square. We're a newswire service. With everything that's going on between the narco terrorists in the Caribbean, and then also with more Chinese, Iranian, Russian ships also taking part in Venezuela. Are you have any plans of expanding operations out of Roosevelt Roads? In fact, placing some home porting
Finally,
ships
some question about about the meeting.
We're familiar with the location that you're referring to, and we'll make sure that we're properly displaced in order to deal with the contingency we're dealing with there, and also any ways in which other countries would attempt to be involved also. So we can walk and chew gum. We're definitely keeping our eyes on near-peer adversaries at the same time, but we think sending a message on these cartels, these narco-terrorists, is an important.
I think it's coming to an end, this meeting, and no questions about Ukraine asked so far, sadly.
And allowed other countries to increase their influence here, which only threatens the American people. We're changing that.
One big thing that has happened, though, because you mentioned expansion and expand our efforts. So when I was running for office, second term, everybody was talking about the fact that nobody wanted to join the military, nobody wanted to join the great police force. They didn't want to join New York's finest or any of our police forces. They didn't want to join anything having to do almost like with the country, with the uniform. We are setting records with the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard. We're setting records. We've never had anything like it. And I'll tell you when it started, November 5th. We didn't even have to wait till January 20th. They saw spirit. And now we have people coming in that it's unbelievable. And if we wanted to increase our military force, if we wanted to
this guy has some of the sickness,
including police forces,
visible.
They can now get men. People didn't want to be policemen and women. They didn't want to be firemen and women. They didn't want to go into the military. We were having tremendous recruiting problems, and now we're setting
They're
records.
running out of friendly reporters. Yeah,
last year at this
That's
time,
why it's time to finish the meeting.
Stories that,
Fake news
the
just
recruitment was
left.
a disaster. We couldn't get men and women to go into the military. Now we have such an overabundance. We've never had. I mean, it's, as I understand it, it's like record-setting recruitment. This is in less than a year. It's been amazing. So this is a good time to expand if we want to do it, and I think we should. I think we should.
Expand where?
And we probably will. Yeah, please.
Expand where?
Yeah. Blue.
With military?
First, for
Greenland?
Secretary
Again?
Hegseth, is the administration supportive of sending National Guardsmen to cities for the express purpose of aiding deportation and immigration enforcement
still
efforts?
awake, yeah, sadly.
To expand deportation efforts?
Sending National Guardsmen to U.S. cities for the express purpose of aiding deportation and immigration enforcement
What
efforts.
we've done so far is stand alongside federal law enforcement in every way, facilities and personnel, but also we have a great deal of lift inside the military. We're able to move assets in a way that no other aspect of the U.S. government can. And so where we can rapidly assist with mass deportations, we have been happy to do that.
And then one more question, if I may. Is the administration at all supportive of potential measures to crack down or regulate or even ban apps that track ICE agents' locations?
How can you ban?
Like specific apps that are used to track the location
Oh, I
of
didn't know
ICE
about
agents.
I guess we'll do that. I'm not a big app guy. I'm not into that too much. I think Pam might be it.
Yes, has a search channel.
Good answer there.
Yes. These organizations, President Trump, are coming in and they're
Thanks for support anyways. Cheers.
Federal law enforcement
Nice logo.
officers, and it jeopardizes their lives, where they're going to be, their location. And we've actually been working really well with the tech companies who have been cooperating because they don't want our law enforcement officers to get injured. So yes.
Well, I mean, I see it with ICE, where they're having, where they define where they live, who they are. And, I didn't have a big view on the mask, but I now understand why they should wear masks. I think it's very dangerous for them not to wear masks. They can do whatever
Running
they want.
out
I
of
noticed some
battery.
do it and
I
some
just woke
don't.
up early morning.
But it's pretty dangerous. But when you look at,
Just
you
want to stream.
talk about that
But
question,
I'm
I
still
think
okay,
it's very
I think.
dangerous, and I think you're coming down.
Panama, most likely. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, please.
Sir, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. When you were running for re-election in 2024, you released a video statement where you made this exact promise to show no mercy on the cartels and employ every military asset necessary to combat them. In that same video, you also said that you plan to expose all the bribes and corruptions with politicians and the cartels.
And release Epstein
files.
files.
Been looking into that in American politicians.
Yeah, where the money's coming from. Because you see it. Like even that garbage deal they had this weekend, which was embarrassing to them, and the crowds were much more, the crowds were not big. Those crowds were not big at all. But when you look at signs, and they're all made beautifully, the yellow signs, I saw the yellows, the blues.
What are you speaking about?
But they're all made professionally in a printing shop. Looks like on Madison Avenue.
He means the No Kings Parade.
Guy is paying for all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's narrative. They've been paid.
Protest is a good thing. I protest. I'm always protesting, right? But when you see some of these people are going crazy. They're going crazy because they're getting paid. There's no reason for
7 million
crazy.
Americans were
some
paid.
Of them, and they're professional agitators. And we are finding out who's paying them. Yeah, we have a lot of information about who they are. You're going to be very surprised when you find out.
I have a question for Secretary Hegseth. Sir, a memo circulating on social media details the establishment of a National Guard response force that's going to be trained in crowd control and civil unrest and deployed in all 50 states by April of 2026. Can you verify the authenticity of that memo, and do you have any more information on the operations?
He's scared,
I'm not going to answer particulars on something that may be in the planning process, but we definitely do have
they train military
layers of National Guard response forces.
They train freaking military against their own people.
Whether it's regionally, whether it's Title 10, active duty.
This guy knows that.
Washington, D.C. We've got a lot of different ways that constitutionally and legally we can employ Title 10 and Title 32 forces, and we will do so when necessary.
They didn't say no? So they train forces for American, to handle American people. Protests. North Korea or Russia.
Said today
or
that
Putin.
Russia is immune from U.S. sanctions. He said that it would not impact the Russian economy in any serious way.
Yeah,
good. I'm glad he feels that way. I'll let you know about it in 6 months from now. Okay, let's see how it all works out. Yeah.
Short answer.
One about the shutdown. I'm Taylor Poplars with Spectrum News. The same day you established this task force back on January 20th was the same day you pardoned the January 6th defendants.
Yeah, very proud of that. Yeah.
Just last weekend, one of them was charged with allegedly threatening to kill House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh my
and a big
God.
theme of this task force has been allowing law enforcement to do their job and holding accountable people who go after law enforcement. Do you worry that your actions back on day one undermine what this task force is trying to accomplish?
No, you have thousands of people that we're dealing with, and if
He
one goes
pardoned criminals and they do crimes.
Virginia said where
wow,
he wanted to kill
what a
his
surprise.
opponent. He's going to kill his opponent. He's going to kill his opponent's children and I think wife. And he continues to run, and the Democrats continue. He's running for Attorney General in Virginia. Look what he said. So now, do you think all Democrats should be prohibited from living anymore? I mean, think of what he said. He's going to kill his opponent, and he's going to kill the children of his opponent, and I think the wife. I said, this guy's sick. That is a sick guy. And how do you vote for somebody like that? But I don't view that every Democrat would say that, because not every Democrat would say that. So you can't, you could have one person, but I don't know of the incident. I can say we're very proud of what we did. We had the courage to do something that should have been done. The problem sometimes the Republicans are too nice. They're a very nice party. The Democrats play a much dirtier fight. It's amazing. You go after dirty cops like Comey, and you go after, these are dirty cops. Letitia James is a dirty cop. You go after these people and they say how horrible you are, and yet I got indicted 5 times and impeached twice. Nobody says anything about that. They say, they actually said the other day, he's trying to indict somebody. I got indicted 4 or 5 times, Todd, maybe more than that. Yeah,
sounds fake to me. Yeah, for me as well.
You could say 87 times if you really think about it, right? With the charges.
It's hard to tell where he tells truth or
nobody says anything about that. But they mentioned it the other way. No, the Democrats play a very dirty game. It's all they're good at. They're good at a couple of things: cheating on elections and playing very dirty. And they have one good trait: they stick together. They stick together. They stick together through the worst policies that anybody's ever seen. It's unbelievable how they stick together. And I respect them for sticking together, but it's a dead party because their policies are no good. Okay.
Hope that party is MAGA
We'll do a
in
few
the
more
future
and we'll
nearby.
go home.
Wonderful. Speaking
Everybody's going to go home. I'm going back to the Oval Office, however.
Speaking of Democrats, there's a report that there's a grand jury on Adam Schiff for apparent mortgage fraud. If he is indicted, should he step down as a U.S. Senator?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. I would just say Adam Schiff is one of the lowest forms of scum I've ever dealt with in politics. He's a horrible human being.
Who is Adam Schiff?
Very dishonest person. I have no idea
For
what's
sure,
going
Democrat,
on. You tell me
but-
that he's going to be indicted. I don't know. You could ask Pam. I don't know if she could say it. Probably you are allowed to say it, but I wouldn't know about that. I can only tell you he's a very bad. I think he's actually a sick person. Do you want to talk about that?
We're not going to comment on any grand jury that's open. We can't legally.
I don't know. By the way, I hope it's true, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, please. Oh, millions of dollars, yeah. Well, I also give, I give a lot of money to the White House. The White House is...
But he wants to get some money from the budget instead, 200 with something million.
This house was
compensation.
A little bit abandoned. First of all, for 4 years, you had a guy walking around that didn't know where the hell he was. And this house was not taken care of the way it was supposed to be. I take very good care of property. I was very good at that. And you'll notice the floors downstairs. I paid for them. Marble, the most beautiful marble you've ever seen. The white floors down in the palm room, which were... They look like they came out of, I don't want to lose because they're big supporters of mine, Home Depot, so I'm not going to say bad, but they did come out of a box from Home Depot about 30 years ago.
How he can speak blah, 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 about
the most beautiful
complete
lights
nonsense,
and chandeliers.
so much.
I think most of you, Brian, you've seen that, right?
Yes.
How beautiful is that? And I take care of it. So I spend millions of dollars on
ballroom
this
budget
building,
following his
taking care of it.
250
It was
million
not properly
lawsuit,
maintained,
million,
and now it's starting
against
to
Department
gleam
of
like
Justice.
It should.
Yeah,
It should
yeah,
really
yeah.
gleam, and you should go down and visit the Presidential Walk of Fame. Have you seen it? It's quite good. I'm sure that a lot of people coming to the White House, it's hot. It's very hot, but it's really a tribute to the presidents, past presidents of our country. Yeah, please.
Mr. President.
Yeah, behind you, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So on Monday, a question for you as well as Secretary Noem. On Monday, Mayor Karen Bass of LA and Representative Robert Garcia, they held a press conference and they called for an investigation into DHS, accusing them of unlawfully arresting U.S. citizens and racially profiling and only arresting people because, in Robert Garcia's words, they look like me. He's a Hispanic individual. Do you have a response to that?
Are you asking me that question?
You as well as Secretary Noem.
They are arresting bad criminals, and they're really good at it, too. I look at the numbers, they always like to say that, oh, you're arresting this and that. Then when you check it, you find out, geez, almost every single time, and, obviously every once in a while they may get one wrong, but they always correct it. They're able to correct it. But they are arresting really bad people. They're arresting people that kill.
They arrest
people that
lots
would cut
of
your
the
throat and not
Americans,
even care
actually,
about
without
it.
any
These are
sort
brave
of the
people. And it's very dangerous.
Legal
And if they
right.
go even a little bit too far,
Citizens.
They get into trouble.
At least
which is
for
a
one
shame.
day.
I protect them, but they get into trouble. But they're arresting very
Maybe more.
serious criminals, and they're getting them out of here. Okay, one or two more. Doug, do you have a question? I'd love to have Doug have a question, our great photographer, because he's such a great guy, and he might be the most talented person over there. I don't know. Go ahead. Let's hear your question. This guy's a real beauty.
On the cartel strategy, hearing you talk about it as a war, hearing Secretary Hegseth talk about defeating and destroying and the comparisons to ISIS and Al-Qaeda, those efforts took American troops being engaged in foreign countries. Do you think that's ultimately where this is headed with the cartels, having American troops in countries like Venezuela?
No, the cartels are very bad. They had a lot of bad people coming in. They were interviewed recently, and they were asking people what their problem was, and one guy said, yes, I'm up for murder. Didn't know what he was saying, obviously. I'm sure his lawyer was not thrilled with his statement, but No, they're rough people coming into those cartels. Those cartels are rough. You look at what happens, the trip up.
He was asking about deploying the forces somewhere,
for
but
women. They're being killed, they're being raped at levels that nobody
some
thought
bullshit.
even possible. In my opening speech, I mentioned that, but in a very light way. I mentioned the word rape. Then it found out that you take a look at what happens in those cartels. It's horrible. What's
horrible. But will you deploy your forces?
The world a big service by
Army.
Just telling them, they're not.
Thanks for subscription, Sterling753. Thank you.
Under Biden, they were just flowing into the country. It didn't matter what you were, where you came from, what you looked like, what your record. They didn't check records. Millions of
he
people
cannot
came
answer
into
questions.
this country that should not be in our country.
I think
right now.
it's already dementia he has.
It's the single biggest problem that we were given. Inflation, I've already taken care of. Economically, the country is the strongest it's ever been. Thank God for tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs,
blah blah blah
we'd
blah
be a
blah
third
blah blah
world
blah
nation.
blah blah.
But
He's
thank
like
God
this
for tariffs.
crazy.
We're the richest nation in the
Crazy
world now
guy.
because of tariffs, and we're able to economically protect ourselves.
And he
we're
doesn't
able to
understand
really
that he's sick.
Protect ourselves
He
from
really
the
has a
national
dementia, I guess.
security, situation.
He was asked completely different question.
We have cartels that, somebody came up with the word cartel. I won't tell you who that person was, but you got a lot of bad people in the cartels. And you could look at a country like Mexico, and I
The strategy
really
is
respect
to avoid the
president.
question.
I really respect a lot of the people over there,
maybe
but
the strategy.
a lot of the
I
leadership.
think he
but
doesn't have the strategy.
They are in fear.
He doesn't
in
want
their
to
own country
reply and says
because
bullshit.
those cartels are running those countries. Okay,
He misses the point
Colombia.
in it every time.
Colombia is a drug den. It's a drug den, and it has been for a long time. You got a lousy leader over there right now, bad guy, a thug. But they make cocaine at levels that we've never seen before, and they sell it back into this, and they're not going to get away with it much longer. We're not going to put up with it much longer.
So what do you do?
Bad. Mexico is run by the cartels. I have great respect for the president, a woman that I think is a tremendous woman. She's a very brave woman. But Mexico is run by the cartels, and we have to defend ourselves from that. Go ahead. Let's go with you. Go ahead. Let's listen to this beauty.
This is beauty.
Shut down by the time you return from your trip to Asia.
Do I expect to have it resolved by the time I resume? I don't know. I said long ago we shouldn't have been in this problem. This was September 28th. It came due in Biden's regime. And before the election, September 28th, and they pushed it off into the future. And I was running when they did that. And when you're running,
have a great
say,
day
what the hell
too.
are
Thank
they
you
doing?
for support.
That and debt ceiling. They also pushed the debt ceiling past the election date. So that would mean the next president has it. But I did say that I think the Democrats have gone totally crazy. And you don't know what they're going to do because they don't care about the people.
What they gonna do?
I really think they have no leadership. They have a lot of very low IQ
He just said they're
people.
united.
Jasmine Crockett is a low IQ person. A lot of them are. I don't want to insult too many of them, but a lot of them are.
United without leadership?
They have no rudder. I don't think they know what they're doing right now. They've never done this before. They always agreed to go and, called an extension. Let's do an extension and talk. Even today, look at what happened today. They don't want to pay the people that have worked. And, this was supposed to be this was a test. And they wouldn't pay the people that have been working. They said, no, we don't want to pay them. This is all the Democrats. Now, all we need is 5 Democrats. And I know a lot of Democrats that are saying they're more than 5. Probably not that many more than 5, but they're more than 5. And all we need is like 5 Democrat votes so we open our country again. Sad, though, we have the greatest economy in our history. We have the highest stock market. All these things are rocking. We will have by the end of my first year more than $20 trillion of investment. The all-time record is $3 trillion. I think it's China. We're going to have $20 or $21 trillion. We've never had anything like it coming in because of tariffs. The money pouring into our country, the plants that are opening, AI, automobiles, everything. And the Democrats want to close our country. They're really, they say deranged.
Freaking Democrats.
They suffer. I guess it's Trump derangement
Sterling,
syndrome, which I think is going down
is
now
just
as an official condition
one
by the
of his
doctors. I think
yeah,
they get
yeah,
paid extra
so
money if they handle
crazy.
it because it's more difficult to handle than a normal mental disease. But you know what? they really should approve an extension, get the country back to work, get the people paid. And, you know, it's very simple. You can't, you just don't know what's going on. There's something wrong with them. Yeah, it's sad, actually.
He still wants to continue. 1 hour.
Have you raised the full $300 million needed to fund your ballroom? And how much specifically are you donating to this construction
raised,
project?
I think $350 million. All donor money and money that we put up. We've raised. It's going to be. It's going to cost right in the neighborhood of $300 million. It's been expanded.
300 million. Crazy.
Absolutely. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, I think.
And how much specifically are you donating to it personally?
How much am I donating? I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed, I'll tell you that.
Do you believe that he will spend his own money for that?
Do I have a name for the... I won't get into that now. Yeah, go ahead, please.
350 million, maybe.
Americans are going to go without their first full paychecks, federal workers.
By the way, a friend of mine, talking about donors, a friend of mine, a man that's great, I'm not going to use his name unless he lets me do it. Susie can tell you about this.
He will pay for army, yeah?
He called us the other day and he said, I'd like to contribute any shortfall you have because of the Democrat shutdown. I'd like to personally contribute any shortfall you have with the military.
Yeah.
Because I love the military,
Maybe
I
it's
love
Putin.
the country, and any shortfall, if there's a shortfall,
well,
I'll
actually,
contribute.
it's
and today he sent us a check for $130 million. I would love to tell you he doesn't really want the recognition, if you want to know the truth, but he gave us a check for $130 million, which was sort of a shortfall, yeah. And that's going to go to the military, yeah. Is that the
how
correct
much
number?
money he had last year
That's what I call a
with his
patriot.
cryptos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Finally, freaking finally. Jeez. I was up to fall asleep, honestly. Freaking about nothing. This meeting is just as delusional as they are. What is happening with the screen? Jesus Christ. I expected something interesting, but what I saw... I don't have any sort of the words to describe, like, this is our sunshine leader, Donald Trump. Let's lick his freaking asshole and smell his farts all around and broadcast it on American TV. So who is the contest winner? I think it's Mr. Miller, who called Trump nearly Jesus for saving America. Thanks for following, make poor Wentail. God. Really about nothing. And what was interesting for me is the questions about Ukraine, Putin. It was asked actually, and the answer was the shortest one for this conference. It was really swift. We'll see in 6 weeks. And Putin, I think he might be okay with those sanctions after some time. He will adapt as usual. Next time I sit through this, I am wearing a gas mask. Who needs sleeping pill in here? Yeah, it was really like something with something. I want to check out the Voidzilla, what he says about the scammer. Okay, Voidzilla. Trump pardons convict Binance founder.
Trump just pardoned.
I'm sorry. I need to turn off the volume a little.
CZ, the founder of Binance. Bro, I am so cooked. My career is over. Worst time to be involved in fraud catching in the world, bro. There is just a pay to pardon going on here. Look, I got the whole timeline in front of me. I'm going to go through it. Let me just tell you my mindset. It's rough out here for a CoffeeZilla. Whether or not you're a stan of the Trump family, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is just straight up corruption, which we should be all against, right? This should not be a political issue.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, increasingly, politicians are involved in these huge crypto self-dealing deals, but I am not injecting politics into this, okay? It just so happens that they happen to be in positions of power. But don't worry about that, right? Just look at the facts, please, for a moment. It all starts November 21st, 2023, okay? Binance and Changpeng Zhao both plead guilty in a historic $4 billion plea deal where basically they admitted they didn't really have anti-money laundering controls, and they kind of willfully looked the other way, specifically in regards to people they probably should have not allowed them to use their platform, such as, according to the charges, terrorists, cyber criminals, and child abusers, which, you probably should block those people from using your platform. Now, on April 30th, 2024, Zhao is officially sentenced to 4 months of prison. And of course, a few months later, Donald Trump takes office, wins the presidency, okay? And while he's winning the presidency, he also announces the launch of something called World Liberty Financial, which is kind of their big crypto project entry. And this will become important in a moment. But before we get to that, let's just talk about something that happens on March 12th, 2025. This is about a year after he gets sentenced to prison. All of a sudden you have a big investor come in and put tons of money into Binance. It's a company called MGX, and they invest a $2 billion stake into Binance. And specifically, they say they're gonna do it in crypto. What kind of crypto is not announced. Now, the next day, it's reported by the Wall Street Journal that Binance has been reaching out to allies of Trump since the year before in talks to strike a business deal with the family as part of a return of the exiled company to the US. It says the possibilities include the Trumps taking a stake in Binance or the deal going through World Liberty Financial. So already you're hearing little rumblings that, okay, maybe they're trying to do a special deal with Binance, and pretty soon we're gonna hear talks of the pardon come up. But while that's happening, March 25th, 2025, World Liberty Financial announces a stablecoin. Now, if you don't know, stablecoins are like this incredible business because you just farm a bunch of yield from treasury bills while people use your stablecoins. The major players are USDT and USDC. It's important to note it's incredibly hard to launch a stablecoin. People don't like using new stablecoins. And so when they launched, a lot of people thought, well, how are they gonna get off the ground from nothing? I mean, yes, it's the president's stablecoin, but what are they going to do to really make a splash? Well, we got the answer on May 1st, 2025, because it turns out that Abu Dhabi investment into Binance, that $2 billion deal, it was all done through USD1. Now, there's no reason to do it in this currency. You could have done it in BNB. That would actually make a lot more sense. Put it in Binance's own crypto coin. No, the only reason you would do it in USD1 is to really help out one person or one player, which is World Liberty Financial, which is Trump's crypto project.
Affiliated.
Because, of course, as we said, these stablecoins are backed by treasuries, and unless you redeem the $2 billion, if you just hold it in USD1, what you're doing is de facto making the World Liberty Financial Group about $60 to $80 million a year, because they're just farming the yield from those treasuries at 3 to 4%, right? So it's $60 to $80 million in risk-free revenue for World Liberty Financial just due to the fact that this $2 billion deal was put in USD1. Very curious, right? Why would they do that except to maybe curry favor? Well, a few days later, Binance CZ announces that he applied for a Trump pardon, right? Oh, interesting timing, right? Right as they're announcing that it was all done in USD1. The next month, World Liberty Financial announces they're partnering with PancakeSwap, and they're doing a $1 million reward trading campaign to increase USD1 usage. Now, of course, this is all, once again, associated with Binance. Now, on September 15th, 2025, we all of a sudden hear that there may have been some favors being done, or at least the appearance of favors being done in that big deal, where the $2 billion investment, as I said, part of it was MGX. Now, what was discovered by the New York Times is that right at the time that they were making this big investment into Binance, of course, which benefits World Liberty Financial immensely, they all of a sudden get access to a bunch of special AI chips. This is according to the New York Times. One of the Sheik's investment firms would deposit $2 billion into World Liberty Financial, a startup founded by the Witkoffs and Trumps. 2 weeks later, the White House agreed to allow the UAE access to hundreds of thousands of the world's most advanced and scarce computer chips, a crucial tool for the high-stakes race to dominate artificial intelligence. Many of the chips would go to G42, controlled by the same sheik. Interesting. So one side of that deal got a benefit, right? MGX. Now, Of course, there are a bunch of disclaimers in this piece that, everybody's saying that there was no conflict of interest. This just sort of happened to work out. The official quote is that the deal was totally unrelated to any government business. But now we know one side of the deal, MGX, got something. And now the question is, what does Binance get out of holding this USD1, right? Why don't they just redeem it for cash? Why don't they just put the money into stablecoins themselves, farm the yield themselves, that $60 to $80 million we were talking about, use it for something? Well, on October 11th, remember we had that hyper-liquid whale that we were saying, maybe insider trading with the whole timing of the Trump tweet? Well, interestingly, they are linked to a Polymarket account called Big Winner 01. And a couple weeks ago, they started betting on will Trump pardon Changpeng Zhao in 2025, which was a really kind of like wild bet at the time, like by the end of 2025. Because there were only a couple months left, right?
Yeah.
But then, all of a sudden, of course, October 23rd, 2025, we get the last leg of this deal. Trump, of course, pardons convicted Binance founder. And it's important to note, once again, just like the MGX deal, the White House is, of course, denying that it had anything to do with some of these crypto deals. Instead, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says that Trump exercised his constitutional authority in issuing a pardon, who was prosecuted by the Biden administration and their war on cryptocurrency. The Biden administration's war on crypto is over. But again, what we saw is that the actual charges had nothing to do with politics. Instead, all of the charges were related to anti-money laundering and allowing money to go to basically criminals. They had chats from the chief compliance officer of Binance noting that they should probably not allow money to Iran, North Korea, Syria, Cuba, and Crimea. So, they kind of had him dead to rights. That is why it was such a big deal. And now, basically, that's been kind of wiped away here. The Wall Street Journal first reported on the pardon, says it will likely pave the way for Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, to return to the U.S. after the company pled guilty. And really, my problem here is, okay, if you want to say, look, we're trying to do less of the crypto, enforcement stuff, we're just trying to loosen controls, that's one thing. But to make the president's family such an obvious beneficiary is so crazy to me. I mean, it's like, even if you're a supporter of Trump, and that's fine, you got to call balls and strikes here. This is insane. It's an insane, corrupt move where it clearly benefits the president, and it clearly is just to make them even more money. It's just gross. I don't know what to say. I didn't even want to cover it because, once again, it's politicians are involved, and I hate talking about that stuff, but it is one of the biggest pardons ever of one of the biggest cases against one of the most important crypto people. And it just seems so blatantly corrupt. It's not just that you're pardoning CZ, it's that leading up to it, you're having deals to make money off of that pardon. I mean, you literally can just look at the market cap of USD1 and see the effect this deal has had on this coin. Before they put the investment into this, there was no interest almost in USD1. And all of a sudden, this giant spike is when there was this inorganic investment
2.6
into
billion.
USD1, right, by the Binance deal. Almost all of the success of this coin, to the extent it has been successful, was because of this deal. It's just like a pay-to-play, obvious thing that's right in front of everyone's face. So, that's basically it. I don't know what.
Cheese. Do you like, Dennis, what kind of food? Omelets? Yeah. Cheese, yeah. I like CoffeeZilla and his small investigations. He's really nice in it. So we know what is behind that pardon, yeah, now. This administration is unhinged. I'm sure that Trump is on the list of Epstein files. He's in the list. I'm sure about it. Because he wants to hide it, and he's kind of clumsy with those moves. I wonder why people don't see it widely, what this administration is doing. It's corrupt from head to bottom. It's crazy. Right, guys. So what I would say today, I just streamed some bullshit, and probably I need to finish the stream. Yeah, 163 people are watching. Yeah, at this high number, but I need to edit the video and sleep. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch. Sorry, for following on Twitch as well. And see you tomorrow Probably similar time. I hope maybe earlier. Well, we'll see. Thank you guys. Ciao.